Good afternoon and welcome to this week's program, Leadership Talks. This is Season 1, Episode 10. Leadership Talks is a weekly program, Thursdays at 12:30. Thanks for you guys attending. And it's really a 20-minute Q&A with an industry leader. Today, we have Rob Tockarshewsky, or we can just call him Rob Talk, Executive Vice President, Sales and Marketing for Light Engine America. So welcome, Rob.
Hey, Jim, thanks for having me. I'm a big fan of yourself and Security System News and what you guys do, so thank you.
Absolutely. So as you can tell, Rob, the title is Leadership Talks. I'd like to know, and we're going to get into, who you are and where you come from, but I'd like to know, first off, what's your leadership style? What's your personal style and management style?
Oh, thanks, Tim. Well, I think everyone has their own style and their own way of doing things. I'd have to say from a leadership and a personal style, I combine three factors that I think are really important, especially in today's world. The first is adaptability. You really got to be able to adapt out there. It's a global marketplace, and because of that, there's a lot of cultural influence you should be aware of and need to deal with. There's a lot of generational influence. You have baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, all in the workplace and on your teams. So you really got to adopt your style, while not completely changing it. The second is empowerment. I think from an overall perspective, the word empowerment gets overused a bit. But, and people say, a lot of times I hear leaders say that they empower their people, but really enabling them to make decisions and to, kind of go up and try to do the right things isn't enough, and trusting in them. You got to be sure that you've given your people the right tools to help them make those decisions, and that you're present and that they know that it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes show that you're trying, and that it's okay to ask for advice or opinions as well, as they are empowered to go out and make the decisions and do things. And then the third is I think the most important. It's the golden rule that my dad taught me when I was little. Really treating the people that you want and expect to be treated yourself in life. If you can combine all three of those things together, and that's what I've tried to do each and every day, both in my personal and professional life, I think you'll be successful.
Excellent. So before I get into Light Engine and who they are, you came from Honeywell for, I think, 9 or so years. You were with UL for 10 years, and now you're with Light Engine America. I guess what brought you there? I'm gonna ask you a few questions here. What brought you there? Light Engine is a global OEM ODM supplier to the fire industry, among other high-profile industries. So talk about that, and kind of explain for our listeners OEM ODM, and then
okay.
How did you get to Light Engine?
So, I started with Light Engine at the beginning of this year. In my career, the past 10 years, I was part of UL Underwriters Laboratories. And before that, as you mentioned, I was with Honeywell. That's where I started my career, was with Honeywell back in the Pitway days with ADI. Before that, I was within consumer electronics. So I kind of grew up, and I really began, or a big chunk of my career had been in the security and the life safety area. When I was at UL for those 10 years, the first 7 were part of the global life safety and security team, and I led the marketing effort globally there. In the last 3, though, I had taken on new challenges, and I was involved in small appliances and major appliances and helping to build that business and the new service offerings among that group of in that industry. And I got to tell you, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed my time there, especially that last 3 years with in the appliance area. But one thing that became very apparent is that I kind of missed I'll say my roots, and I missed both personally and professionally the relationships that I had formed in the 17, 18 years combined with UL and with Honeywell that I had formed within this industry, and so I got to tell you, I kind of missed it, and working for Light Engine has been a wonderful experience so far. and you asked me kind of how I got there. There were just way too many positives associated with this opportunity that I, working for Light Engine, I just couldn't pass up. The leadership team that's been in place there, the dedication to technology, the resources available to help truly build the business, especially here in North America, really a rock solid foundation and a sound business strategy. I felt like with all of those things and with the background that I had, I really would and could be able to make a difference here.
So let me just jump in real quick. Before you started with Light Engine, what was their footprint in North America?
So I'll say, we're involved in several different businesses, as in an OEM, ODM. You won't see our name on many of the products that you're very familiar with and might even be using in your home or office. As an OEM, really we're a supplier, and we partner with many of the brands that you may know in some of the industries, and I'll get to the various industries that we're involved in. But we're partners, so we're behind the scenes working from the production end, from the R&D end, and partnering with the product development teams and the engineering teams of many of the globally recognized brands. And we're behind the scenes, so it's their name and their efforts that are on the product, but it's also the partnership that they would or could or do have with us that have helped, I would like to think has helped in their success. So just from an overall perspective, we're relatively new in the fire and mass notification area. The business within North America that we have had and the success we've enjoyed has been on other areas or other facets of the company because we're a 45-year-old company. We are global in nature. We have, our headquarters are both in Hong Kong as well as on mainland China. We have 5 factories that we own directly. We have individuals stationed throughout the globe. And we started off as, and really it's the main source of revenue is our lighting business. So LED lighting. And we're a major player there. So anything LED related, from the smart lights that you may see and use to LED strip lights, we produce and we manufacture. And we do it under our brand.
Can you talk about that for a second? The technology clearly over the last 10 years has changed. Sure. What's the impact, with Light Engine? How have they changed, with the fast pace of technology changing?
Well, and the lighting industry is probably a great example of it. Is that is really recognizing the trends, recognizing the consumer and the customer preferences, and the educational piece behind, if there's positive feelings or positive understandings of the technology, is really embracing that and then bringing solutions to light and, pardon the pun, that are really going to be a benefit to those folks that are looking to use it. So technology really had made the shift from the incandescent bulbs over to LED. And, luckily that, Light Engine had been on the forefront of that, and understood that and really perfected the technology. And there's a lot of patents that we have behind that. There's a lot of countless hours of research and development, and really embracing that technology. So they were able to adapt to the times and, kind of getting back to the adaptability to really be on the forefront and then work with those partners that wanted to get more heavily involved in LED lighting, to bring them into that and, obviously to help them provide the right solutions to their customer base.
Your product line, what you manufacture, you're talking more fire, life safety products?
Yeah. So that's really part of the key to our success has been that. So, I mentioned about lighting being a big piece of our business. The second piece of the business has been wire and cable, a lot of data center wire, a lot of the category cable. We produce an awful lot of that for other brands, especially outside of North America. The third piece has been a video business, so video display. So the big jumbotrons that you'll see in many stadiums throughout the globe, we actually manufacture those and in conjunction with partners. So if you're at a sporting event, there's a good chance that You might be watching one that our technology and the work that we've done with our partners are part of that. And what I like
That's
about
cool.
light engine is you talk about some of the exciting things here, is that we've taken the technology that we've kind of perfected and worked on, and the partnerships that we built. We've taken the technology from those industries and found complementary areas where we believe that this work that we've done can help benefit and provide greater solutions to those industries. So fire and mass notification is a great example. It's, you know, we're in existence 45 years. We're just involved in it for the last 2.5 years.
Huh. What's the what do you think the biggest challenge, you know, that the industry faces today in terms of, you know, what you guys are doing?
Well, I'll say in general, you know, the industry today, and I'm sure you've heard this, and I've heard some of the other leadership talks in terms of, you know, it's really the challenge we face is accepting and embracing the changes to technology, and really for those companies not being afraid to be early adopters. You know, a great example of how it relates to our business is the LED technology. So for as many of the listeners probably know, you know, the strobes that are used on fire systems currently and mass notification systems, there are changes that are coming about with both NFPA 72 as well as the UL standards that now are reflecting the changes in the time in terms of the use of LED technology for, as I'll say, as complementary or to be used instead of xenon technology out there. Not to say xenon technology is bad or it's outdated. It's that using LED technology and really the benefits from that. You know, the current draw being so much less than if you're using a strobe with xenon. There's a lot of benefits that are out there to the changes in the technology. And you know, unfortunately, you see, and we've seen this in other areas, you have folks that are kind of jogging towards adopting this technology instead of running head on towards it, even though they know and they love the thought of it. So they're just a little slow to embrace it. And I think that's a big challenge. And then what happens is one day you wake up and the industry has completely moved in one direction, and then you're forced to play a catch up to develop a product solution that kind of the call to the market.
So I asked about challenges. What are the opportunities? I mean, what is the opportunity that the industry faces? You know, where's it going?
Well, I would say that the just like you know, my dad used to tell me that every challenge is an opportunity. You know, so you know, I mentioned about the challenges. So again, greatest opportunities. I think that all of these challenges are opportunities. So the industry as a whole has just great potential, whether it's fire and the life safety, mass notification, the security. There's just so much great potential that's out there beyond where it is today. And really, you know, the opportunity is leveraging these technological advancements, the updates to the standards and the safety requirements, and continue to put things together to offer that. Everyone likes to talk about complete building envelope, whether it be residentially, commercially, industrial. You know, continue to integrate systems and offer more and more solutions that really combine safety, security, convenience, and really convergence all in one. It's such great opportunity as a lot of the other leaders have identified.
You know, this is called Leadership Talks, right? So I want to get back to the leader himself. I think that's you in this case.
Yeah.
What is your challenge? What's your biggest challenge personally? You know, with your company, you know, that you face today.
Well, you know, so I'm responsible for our business here in North America on the fire mass notification business, and they've asked me now to take on some additional responsibilities on the lighting side. And really, you know, I would say that again, the challenges represent the opportunities. What is the biggest challenge? Well, me being the bulk of my career as part of marketing and really business development, you know, the biggest challenge is, you know, here in North America is the awareness factor. Is light engines, we're a pretty big company. We've got some really well-known partners that appreciate and have worked with us for many years in other facets of our business. But as an OEM that we're kind of behind the scenes, it's not like my name means an awful lot to you if you haven't dealt with me just yet. You know, we built up this reputation globally. We built up this credibility in these other areas with these other brands. And, you know, so bringing it now to North America and bringing it into the fire area is important. And, so it's a big challenge. We've done it in wire and cable. We've done it in the lighting industry. We've done it in those big video displays. And now we're beginning to do that in fire. But how do you brand and how do you create awareness about a company that tries to stay in the background? And, and the big thing is technology, right? It's a challenge. So it's really been through the technology and kind of pushing the technology and pushing the awareness about the technology. And then, it's, hey, this great new technology, and I'll say new technology, but the adoption of the LED technology, for instance, into the strobes for the fire. There's a benefit to it, and who's helping to I'll say perfect it or to bring it to market in an easy to understand manner. Well, it's us. So, we're working with other partners to kind of get the word out and get the industry to more fully embrace this before the standards and before the requirements wind up changing by next year. Be the early adopter.
I mean, you know that this industry has always been slow at adopting new technology. I'm currently at the ISC East event in New York, and I look around and I'm wondering, who are you talking to here at the show? Who are the folks you want to be in front of? And are you going to fire shows as well, or just security events?
That's a fantastic question. So I'll say all of the above. Who are we talking? We view everybody partner potential. At least obviously we need to be able to add value as an OEM. As your partner, we bring certain benefits to the table, and one of those benefits obviously is our understanding about processes in terms of production, our understanding of technology, and then obviously just our general appreciation for being able to provide solutions that are maybe building that better mouth. So who are we talking to? I was at the security yesterday I was at the ISC show, had some great conversations with potential partners. I talked to other companies in understanding, maybe directions that we could or should be taking some of the solutions that we have in other areas. Can we apply them and work with partners in areas that I wouldn't have thought of previously? We're at NFA, we're at ISC, we're at As Is. Anything and everything that I believe where I can get word out about our technology and what we do, and then trying to find those right partners and making sure we have the right solution. Listen, if we have a solution, if we don't have a solution for you, either maybe we can try to build one or partner with you, or more likely, I'll wind up and my counterparts will tell you, well, we'll try to steer you in the right direction on who might be able to provide that right solution to you if we can.
Yep. Okay. And you didn't mention, at least I don't think I heard, fire shows. Do you use them?
Yeah. So again, it's a catch-22 because if I'm at NFPA and I have a booth, and we've had a booth at NFPA, we're not looking to, part of our business strategy is that we're not looking to compete against other companies that are branded in the market. If you see me with a booth, there might be a concern with some of my potential partners where they say, hey, you know what? Are these guys going to be coming out with their own product line in a couple of years after they get established? No, that's not our business model. Our business model has been to work with brands and partners and the loyalty they've built up, and they have an understanding of the market and the solutions that they may need, and helping them bring to market those solutions. So NFPA has been really key to the partnerships that we formed and that we are forming. Any and every opportunity. The Center for Campus Fire Safety, great opportunity for the fire marshals. We've been at the Sprinkler Association meetings and the show. So anything that kind of ties into that mass notification, that fire safety messaging.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. We've got a lot of information here. So if anybody needs to get a hold of you, can they? Do you have an email address you want to share at all, or?
Sure. So I would say that first of all, I would encourage everyone to get a better understanding about us to visit our website. The website is full of great information about who we are, what we do, and maybe the industries that we're involved in, and kind of how we brought some value there. And that's at www.lightengine, that's one word, -tech, TECH.com. You can visit us on, we have a LinkedIn page set up. Obviously, I'm open to also for LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn for many of my friends and associates within the industry, they know that. And then my personal email address, it's an easy one, so you don't have to worry about the big spelling of my last name. Simply Robert at Light Engine, one word again, -tech, TECH.com. I would love to hear anyone's thoughts, in terms of leadership in general, in terms of the industry direction, or if there's anything that we can do or to provide the solutions on.
Perfect. Thank you, Rob. So we are out of time. We're at that 20-minute point. Rob, I want to thank you for joining us. And folks, this will be posted on the SSN Leadership Talks YouTube channel. So please visit it there. And I have to do one more plug for our upcoming event, Cloud Plus, which is the week after Thanksgiving, Tuesday and Wednesday. I think it's the 28th and 29th in Austin, Texas. So visit ssncloudplus.com for more information. So thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next week. You all have a great day. Rob Talk, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.